Good day, everyone. This is Dr. Mike, and welcome to today's topic and special episode about stress. Sino po ba sa inyo ang nasa-stress? Siguro lahat naman sa atin nasa-stress, iba't ibang bagay nasa-stress tayo. So we face different levels of stress, different types of stress, and there are times paano ba tayo nagkakaroon ng coping mechanism? How do we handle yung tinatawag na stress? Yan po ang pag-uusapan natin ngayong araw dito sa ating Health Talk. And this episode is brought to you by Mind Matters. Yan po ay isang programa na ginawa natin under the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. At para po mas mabigyan ng linaw itong discussion natin, syempre, we've invited yung pong taga Mind Matters sa HKUST. Okay, before we ask her to join us, let me introduce our guest. Nasasamahan tayo sa ating discussion for today. She is the Assistant Manager sa Hong Kong University Science and Technology. Walang iba po kung hindi si Miss Cassie Chan. Hello, Miss
Hello.
Cassie.
Hello,
Yes.
everyone. Hello. Thank you for such an introduction, Dr. Mike. Very happy and very happy to have you today as a speaker, and very happy to be here to happy to co-organize the activity on behalf of the HKUST.
And before we start, Miss Cass, I think you need to inform the public, why are we doing this? What is the importance? What is the relevance of this talk for today? So let me share the slide to our viewers so that they would know exactly what we'll be talking about for today.
Yes, please. So our project called My Matters at the HKUST is a mental health project that aims to promote the mental wellness, mental well-being among the Hong Kong major ethnically diverse communities in Hong Kong. So it is a 2-year project that is funded by the Health Bureau of the Hong Kong government, that we will recruit example lay leaders. Dr. Mike is one of our lay leaders for our project, and we have them to learn about mental health information and then disseminate the mental health information within the wider communities in Hong Kong in different formats. So we will offer formats in terms of the community engagement activities. The current current stream yard is one of those, and we will also organize a series of real-time and also face-to-face workshops, activities, talks that center around the importance or the why you need to learn about mental health or mental wellness in a culturally and language effective manner. And secondly, we also offer a range of free mental health resources in the forms of pre-recorded videos and a series of self-learning materials such as booklets or some materials like leaflet that you could self-learn at home. So it will be available not only in English and Chinese, but also it will be in Urdu, Tagalog, Nepali, and also in Hindi. So whatever background you come from, we hope to provide you and share with you some language and culturally adaptive mental health resources, because mental health is very important, and it is part of our physical health and holistic well-being as well. So our project really wish to offer and share with you some culturally language adaptive resources that presented by our lay leaders in here. So check us out on our website, YouTube, and we also have a LinkedIn page. And I've also attached our WhatsApp account and also our email with you in here. So feel free to check us out on the website to download our resources, and also check us out on YouTube to learn more about the mental health information as in the form of pre-recorded videos. Also, up until this December this year, we will be organizing a series of community engagement activities. So be posted. This will all be posted on the website, and do check us out later if you are interested in joining, in learning more about mental health, physical health, and also how to improve your well-being.
Okay, so that's you go, guys, and thank you, Miss Cass, for letting us know all these programs, all different activities, center for our ethnic minorities, particularly to all the overseas Filipino workers out there. And I think we have some questions already from our viewers. We have a question from Miss, actually a comment from Miss Ida Ilagan. Good morning, Doc. Probably it's morning in his place. And talking about thinking that we have this kind of episode. We also have Mr. Ramon Aquino that he mentioned that pag stress po ba namamanhid po ang may ulo. So it means that kind of numbness. Okay, they're talking about the symptoms already. But don't worry, viewers out there, we will try to discuss now what stress is all about and what coping mechanism. Ano ba ang pwede natin para maibsan natin ang nararamdaman nating stress. Okay, so Cass, are you stressed now? Or do you feel some stress?
A bit. It is my first time on live actually. So to be honest, I'm a bit nervous, not stressed, but very happy to see all the comments, and the comments are very sweet. We're happy we're very happy and honored to be able to organize this kind of activities and workshops for you as well. Hope you can enjoy the learning later, presented by Dr. Mike.
Okay, so perhaps let's start by trying to discuss what stress is all about before we go to the coping mechanism, so that our viewers would have the idea what are the different types of stress, what causes stress, what are the symptoms, and the coping mechanism. Okay, so let's begin. What is stress? So if you have questions, dear viewers, pwede po kayo mag-message dyan po sa ating chat box para po sagutin natin yung mayan. Okay, live na live po tayo sa ating Facebook at saka sa ating YouTube channel. Okay, so what is stress? Ang stress po, ito po ay isang reaksyon ng katawan dahil po kinakailangan ng isang atensyon, kinakailangan ng immediate action doon po sa bagay na nakita natin. For example, meron po tayong ginagawa, example, sa bahay or naglalakad tayo, meron tayong nakitang aso na papalapit sa atin. Sometimes, ito pong mga pangyayaring ito, nagtitrigger po ng something na need sa atin at maaring ma-stress ka doon sa bagay na yon. This is a kind of reaction doon po sa isang stimuli na mangyari sa ating paligid. This would be a type of specific changes that causes yung ating physical maapektuhan, emotion or emotional or psychological issues, problems na maaring mangyari sa atin. Yan po ang tinatawag na stress. Based po sa pag-aaral, around 33% ng mga tao ay nakakaranas po ng extreme stress. O ayan, I myself, nakakaranas din po ako niyan. Si Cassie have experienced a different level of stress, perhaps in terms of work, right, Cass? Because I myself, I've experienced some stress-related work, or sometimes your colleague nasa-stress ka rin, or sometimes your family member, sometimes about finances, about your career, etc. So lahat po tayo nakakaranas ng stress, and based sa pag-aaral, based on American Institute of Stress, it affects physical health. So if it affects physical health, sometimes nagkakasakit tayo, sometimes namamanhid ang katawan natin, sometimes we cannot perform well sa ating mga duties. Kagaya po ng mga kababayan nating OFWs. There are times pag stress ka sa amo mo, stress ka sa inaalagaan mo, or stress ka sa trabaho mo, you cannot execute much in terms of your work. Minsan naaapektuhan, hindi ka makakapagtrabaho mabuti. At kung hindi ka makapagtrabaho mabuti, syempre naaapektuhan din yung ating mental health. And pag hindi tayo nagkakaroon ng tamang pagtulog, hindi tayo nakakakain, therefore nagkakaroon tayo ng sakit. Hindi po ba? Kaya nga minsan nasa stress tayo tapos nagkakaroon tayo ng ulcer. Okay? So yan po ang nangyayari sa atin. Cass, I may ask you, there are times if you are stressed, what do you do?
Well, I usually just step away and also go to find some of my favorite food. What
Yes,
about
okay.
the viewers?
Yeah.
What about
How
you?
about our
What do you do?
viewers? Okay, in my case, there are different ways of coping mechanism. Like for example, if I am stressed, I go to the gym. If I'm
Yes.
stressed, I prepare meal, I cook, or sometimes I go out. So it depends. Or sometimes if you are too stressed, like for example, some of our patients, some of our friends, when you are stressed, you cut your hair, you go to the salon, okay? Or you buy something like shopping. This is form
Yes.
of coping, right? But there are ways that are good ways of coping, and there are bad ways of coping for specific stress. So, dapat po mga kababayan, alam nyo po yung mga nangyayari sa atin. So it was been published that last year, 2022, it's a stressful year for all of us. Siguro sa mga viewers po natin, na-stress po ba kayo last year? Ayan, kung meron kayong mga gustong sabihin, kung na-stress kayo, please let us know ano po ang nagbigay ng stress sa inyo last year. Because based on this study, 2022 is so stressful because of the following factors. Again, because of COVID-19. So most of us, most of our OFWs, were not able to go out during their day off. Some of our OFWs cannot go home to their home country, so they are stuck. For example, in Hong Kong or in any other places, they could not even see their families. And another stressor is the rising inflation because the commodities now keep on increasing. So therefore, sometimes we cannot buy food we want. We could not go to the places that we want. And also because of the tension or the war between Russia and Ukraine. So based on study, these are the three things. That's why we're told that 2022 ay isang stressful na taon sa ating lahat. So, ayan. So, some of our viewers have some comments. Let me pull out some of the comments of our viewers. One mentioned about the husband gives our viewer stress. Okay, sometimes our partner, sometimes
Yes.
our wives, or sometimes our husband, because this is a common thing, particularly if you have some marital issues, right? So tendency, nasi-stress din tayo sa mga yan. Very good po yung mga nag-share sa atin sa ating chat box dyan. Okay, remember this guys, we have different types of stress. Meron pong tinatawag na acute stress, meron pong episodic acute stress at chronic stress. Depende po yan sa haba or sa tagal na nararamdaman nyo yung stress. So isa-isahin po natin yan. Acute stress. Ang acute stress po, ito po ay maaring mangyari sa ating lahat. It happens to everyone. Ito po yung initial reaction natin doon po sa pababago-bagong challenging situation. Like for example, ito po ay yung una ninyong trabaho, unang ninyong ma-experience na magtrabaho sa ibang bansa, first time employer ninyo, anything first time. Nagkakaroon tayo ng stress, lalo na kung hindi nyo po alam gamitin. Kasi minsan nasa stress yung mga ibang kababayan natin in terms of technology. I myself, Cass, there are times that I don't know how to use this technology nowadays. Like for example, this StreamYard or any kind of technology or smartphone or the Android, I don't know. So you need to learn because otherwise you would be stressed. Not only about technology. Sometimes we are stressed because we have some diseases or illness. Like for example, ayan, we have another Talin Hog. She mentioned that she experienced stress because of this GERD or gastroesophageal reflux disease. So she has this illness and it causes stress. Definitely, kahit naman po siguro sa sino sa atin na magkaroon ng problema, ma-stress tayo at nagkakaroon tayo ng problema. But the question is, ano po ang ginagawa natin dito sa stress na ito? So, tandaan niyo po, number one, acute stress. Kung ito po ay na-experience ninyo within a short period of time, you may be suffering from acute stress. Okay? Ang susunod pong type of stress, yung tinatawag na episodic acute stress. Dito naman po, it might happen if you're often anxious, worried ka, nagsususpetsya ka that merong something na mangyayari. You might feel that your life is about chaotic and sometimes may crisis. Usually po, yung mga nagtatrabaho, those people working, kagaya po ng mga firefighters, dahil po sa nature ng trabaho nila, hindi po natin masasabi kung kailan magkakasunog, kailan kailangan ng emergency, kailan po magkakaroon ng, for example, meron pong crime. So ayan, so nasi-stress din po sila. So may kanya-kanya pong trabaho na related. Like for example, mga kababayan natin, kung yung amo ninyo ang nagbibigay ng stress sa inyo o yung trabaho po ninyo o yung asawa ninyo. So, ayan, yung pong tinatawag na episodic. Paminsan-minsan, nagiging anxious tayo. And the other one, the last one, would be itong chronic stress. Ang chronic stress naman po, sobrang taas ng level ng stress natin. Ito medyo pang matagalan ito. It is extended yung period at saka yung time. So patient having chronic stress, most of the time they are anxious, nakaka-feel sila, nabalisa sila. Sometimes they don't know anong pakiramdam, parang kinakabahan, nagnenervyos. Then they have some problems related sa heart, may sakit sila na high blood or hypertension, nagkaroon sila ng sakit sa puso, congestive heart failure, at minsan pumapasok na po dyan ng depression and sometimes yung mahinang pangangatawan. And again, dito po sa stress nito, identify nyo. Please viewers, identify kung kayo po ay nakaka-experience ng acute type of stress, episodic, or itong chronic stress. How about you, Cass? Have you experienced any of these 3 types of stress?
Yeah, I get very anxious very easily, so I can definitely relate. It's not only in my mind, but actually it is some bodily responses, especially at work.
Oo, yes. So, I think some of our viewers nagkakaroon din po ng stress. Like for example, another viewer here, Mr. Arman, he mentioned that sometimes he experienced stress because of his condition, and sometimes he would feel dizzy and anxious and sometimes very sad because of stress. Thank you po mga viewers at nag-share po kayo pag nakakaramdam kayo ng stress. Because maganda po yan, sinishare ninyo para na ilalabas po ninyo, ikukwento po ninyo yung mga pinagdadaanan. At least, hindi po mabigat sa puso. Okay? So, for this patient na nagkakaroon po ng stress, either chronic yan, either subacute yan, or either acute yan, ano po ba ang nagiging dahilan? What are the causes of stress? So, tignan nyo po ngayon. Ang acute or chronic stress, maari pong sa mga examples na yan ay maaaring maranasan po natin. Kagaya po ng mga natural or man-made disaster. Kagaya po when we were in our home country, for example, in the Philippines, most of the time nagkakaroon ng typhoon. Recently, nagkaroon ng earthquake. Tapos kung ano-ano pong mga natural disasters na nangyayari, and tendency, dyan po tayo na si stress. Kasi iisipin natin saan tayo titira, ano ang mangyayari sa family natin. Like for example, maraming pamilya ang nasunugan. Or meron po kayong dinadamdam ngayon, yung pong sakit ninyo, chronic illness, it would also be linked dito sa stress na ito. Or nakapag-survive kayo as a life-threatening accident or illness, na trauma kayo dyan, or a victim of a crime. So these are just examples ng mga specific causes ng stress. So identify po ninyo kung ano dyan ang mga pinagdadaanan po ninyo. Or maaring nakaka-experience kayo ng family stressors because there are some ethnic minorities, our viewers, that they experience this abusive relationship. They are into an abusive relationship. Sometimes they have marital problems, as mentioned a while ago, unhappy marriage, hindi na masaya, ng ibang bakod, yung either the wife or the husband, or meron pong proseso na pinagdadaanan, kagaya po ng legal separation or annulment or divorce, or sometimes in terms of the child custody. These are just few examples of the causes of stress na maari pong ma-experience ng mga kababayan natin. Kasama na rin po yung sinong mag-aalaga kung merong sakit ang family members, like kung merong dementia, kung meron pong Parkinson, yung mga magulang po ninyo, yung anak ninyo may problema or may sakit, malubhang sakit, ay nagko-cause din po ng stress yan doon sa mga caregivers, doon po sa mag-aalaga. Or living in poverty, or being homeless, okay, or in a dangerous profession. So, kailangan po natin talagang tignan lahat kung ano po ang nagbibigay ng stress sa atin. Okay? having a little work-life balance. So for those people, lalo na, kasi some of our OFWs, our domestic workers, they keep on working, no specific time for them to work, because there are times even at 12 in midnight or 1, they are still working and then wake up around 5 in the morning. The quality of sleep, sometimes it may be affected, right? And also military deployment. Okay, these are just examples. Sa mga kababayan po natin, siguro most of them, they are experiencing stress because of certain illnesses. Because some of our ethnic minorities, sometimes they don't go to the hospital, they don't go to their doctor, so tendency they would have some kind of problems. So now we have discussed the causes, the different types. What would be the symptoms? Okay, what would be the symptoms? Because some of here may not know. Okay? They thought that kung anong nararamdaman po ninyo, maaring sa inyo, natural yan, normal yan, but hindi po ganoon. Maaring yung pong nararamdaman nyo ay mga simptomas, that these may be the symptoms of stress that you should know, you should identify. Because if you know the symptoms, then it would be important na meron po tayong gawin dyan. Okay? The following are the symptoms of stress. Maari pong nakaka-experience kayo ng sobrang pain, prolonged period of time. That's one. Pangalawa, stress, they have insomnia or difficulty in falling asleep, or the sustain yung pong pagtulog nila. Nagkakaroon po ng sleep problems. Maaring yung iba naman nawawalan po, bumababa yung kanilang drive. Maaring yung iba may problema sila sa kanilang digestive problems. Maaring yung iba hindi natutunawan. Maaring yung iba mabilis ang metabolism nila o mabagal. Eating too much or too little. Maaring stressful din tayo dyan, lalo na yung mga kababayan natin na sobra-sobra yung stress, dinadivert po nila sa pagkain ng madami or minsan nawawalan ng gana. Difficulty in concentrating and making decisions. Sometimes nawawala po tayo sa focus, nawawala po tayo sa tamang direksyon. So nasi-stress din po tayo, or sometimes pagod na pagod, hapong-hapo tayo. So yan po yung mga specific examples or symptoms na maari pong maramdaman ninyo. Okay? So think about it. Okay? Ayan. As we have some comments, questions for viewers for this one. So one of our viewers is from Kuwait. Okay? Sleep at 12 a.m. and is not feeling good, and sometimes she would feel dizzy. So again, yung po mga kababayan po natin na nasa stress, isa po dyan ay maari pong ninyong maramdaman, ma-experience. Sometimes pumapasok na rin po yung pananakit ng ulo, headache, nagkakaroon tayo ng ulcer, binge eating, yung kain na tayo ng kain, low performance sa trabaho natin, lalo na yung mga kababayan nating domestic workers or drivers, sometimes wala na tayong ganang magtrabaho, nawawalan na tayo ng energy, and sometimes we experience anxiety. So these are examples of symptoms. Hindi po lahat ng mga symptoms na yan ay kailangan ma-experience ninyo. But tandaan nyo po, mga signs yan, mga symptoms po yan na related po kung kayo ay nasa stress, either acute, subacute, or chronic. Sa trabaho naman, there are times we lack power control over kung ano man po ang nangyayari sa atin. Sometimes nasa-stress din tayo sa trabaho natin because hindi po yan ang pinangarap nating trabaho. You dislike. Okay, the moment na pumasok sa inyo na hindi nyo gusto ang trabaho, wala na kayong passion sa trabaho ninyo, dyan na po minsan nagkakaroon ng stress. Gusto mo makaalis na dyan, or sometimes inoorasan mo ang sarili mo na hindi ka na masaya daan sa ginagawa mo. And you don't have any alternatives because yan lang ang alam mong trabaho, pero you want to go out doon sa trabaho mo. You want to quit. Okay? So dapat po naka-focus pa rin tayo. Tignan natin kung tama ang magiging decision natin or hindi. But again, sometimes we really don't know what to do. Sometimes kailangan natin ng mga nag-a-advise sa atin. May to do things you didn't think you should do. Experiencing a conflict sa inyong co-worker. There are times, mga kababayan, that some ethnic minorities, sometimes you have some conflict, lalo na po sa mga kababayan natin na dalawa kayong workers sa isang bahay, tapos hindi pa kayo magkasundo kung anong oras kayo matutulog, kung ano yung prepare ninyo. So, nagkakaroon din po ng stress yan. Or having too much ask of you, maraming pinapagawa sa'yo, at hindi ka nga masaya, once na nawala ka na ng drive, wala ka ng passion sa trabaho mo, sunod-sunod na yan. Or being overworked. Okay, so Cass, these are just examples, okay, of different forms of stress or causes of stress that our ethnic minorities may face. Okay, but the question is, how can we cope? This is the most important. We try to identify the different types of stress, then followed by the symptoms that we need to identify if we really facing stress, but we need to do something. Not all individuals, not all patients would agree na meron silang stress. Some people would deny that they are facing stress, okay? Kasi nga, some people don't want to lose job. Sometimes people don't want their employers would know that they are feeling stress. But again, it's obvious na nasa stress tayo. So ano bang pwedeng gawin dyan? So there are basic ways to start managing stress. Number one, get more physical activity. Do regular exercise. Okay, because exercise keep our hormones active, the endorphins are high, so it would reduce the stress, it would improve symptoms. Okay, so it would also be common if we are doing exercise, because if you have some mental issues as well, mental health problems, conditions such as anxiety and depression, pag kasi masaya tayo, di ba? Gusto natin ang ginagawa natin. Wala nang stress-stress na yan because we are enjoying yung ginagawa natin. Once you love what you're doing, mawawala po lahat yan. Pag kasi naumpisahan na ayaw mo yung ginagawa mo, binibilangan mo ng oras, doon na magsisimula. Okay? Next one, follow a healthy diet. Hindi lamang po stress in terms of exercise ang pwede gawin. Siyempre, aside from exercise, we need to eat, okay, healthy food. Okay? Limit natin yung mga ultra-processed na pagkain. Kumain tayo ng mga fruits, mga vegetables, which would regulate, okay, yung pong stress level natin sa katawan. Okay? So mga viewers out there, lalo na po kung sobrang pagod natin, kung fruits, mga vegetables, makakatulong po yan sa atin. Minimize, this one, minimize the use of your phone, mga smart phone ninyo, mga gadgets ninyo, and screen time. Bawas-bawasan po because ito po rin ay magkukos din ng stress, lalo na po yung mga nababasa. Because if you read some news every day and the news that you read are mostly negative news and then sometimes you don't know how to process them, these negative news, magiging maa-adapt mo yung puro negativity sa buhay mo and it would affect yung pagtulog niyo, di ba? If you are watching or listening to news or movies na pinapanood mo medyo nakakatakot or medyo stressful, then nakaka-disturb din sa pagtulog natin at kung hindi tayo makapagpahingang mabuti, then maaari ma-stress tayo, hindi kayo makakapag-perform ng trabaho nyo the following day. Practice self-care. O yan, sa mga kababayan din natin, for those ethnic minorities listening to us, how do you take care of yourself? Do you practice this self-care, mga kababayan? Because it's really important na we need to look good, okay? Practice self-care is not about just our physical health, yung physical beauty natin, hindi lang yon. But we need to have at least be healthy. Nag-yoga po ba tayo? Or do we take care yung ating mental health din? Magbabasa ba tayo? Or puro kachismisan ang ginagawa natin? Or yung mga puro negative ang ginagawa natin? Okay? So, try to be more on the positive side. Okay? Try to enhance yung knowledge natin. Okay? So, marami pong pwedeng gawin dyan. By reading books, good books that would stimulate yung pong ating mind para po maka-adapt tayo para maging ma-enhance ang learning natin. Okay? O ito, some of you are into this one because some people, once they are stressed, okay, mahilig silang kumain, uminom ng kape because coffee has caffeine. Okay, may caffeine po siya. energy drink because caffeine stimulates your central nervous system. Kaso po, ang iba, because some people, they drink coffee too much. In moderation, small meaning for those viewers watching, coffee is good actually if it's in moderation. Yung tamang quantity, yung tamang pag-inom ng kape, hindi yung parang sa isang araw nakaka 6 cups of coffee kayo. Hindi ganon. You need to at least drink yung tama lang po sa inyo because too much coffee maari pong mag-worsen yung condition ninyo. You may feel anxious, kinakabahan, nagpapalpitate kayo kung naparami ang coffee or yung kape po ninyo. Okay. Another one is spend time with your friends and family. This is important, mga viewers, particularly during this pandemic, that we missed our family and sometimes hindi man tayo nagkita face-to-face ng family natin. Nagkikita lang tayo through Zoom, through any platform, sa social media. Sometimes it's better na makita natin yung mga family natin kung may pagkakataon. Having a strong social ties would help you, mga kababayan, because this is important for the mental well-being. Okay? Some of our viewers have some comments like Miss Flory. Kaya hindi ako active sa Facebook dahil nasa-stress ako sa mga kakilala ko. Which is true because this social media platform, maganda dapat ang platform na ito in terms of connection, in terms of meeting people. However, yung iba, ginagamit ang social media into different things. Yung nagbabash, etc. So, ang tendency, nasi-stress. Okay? Nakaka-stress pag nababasa mo na hindi maganda. So, sana gamitin itong platform na ito sa magandang paraan para po hindi makapagdulot ng stress sa ibang tao at hindi rin kayo ma-stress. Okay? So, thank you, Miss Flory, for that comment. And then, we also have, okay, this one, create boundaries and learn to say no. O, yan po yung hindi common sa ating mga ethnic minorities. Because some people, like our OFWs, they keep on accepting tasks. Okay? Lagi na lang tayong, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, yes po. I will do it. I'm okay po. In such a short span of time, you are required to perform something or do something. The problem is because of your limited time or sometimes it's not even your cup of tea. So tendency, sa sobrang dami, hindi nyo na po alam kung anong gagawin ninyo, anong uunahin ninyo, at sino po ang na-stress. Sometimes, okay, how about you, Cass? Have you experienced this? Trying to say no.
Yes, it's very difficult to try to say no, but
Yes.
this is one of those strategy that I'm also learning because this will better my life, because we are doing it, because we are trying to have a better mental well-being for ourselves, but not for others. So this is definitely one very good coping strategy.
Yes, this is one is very, actually, I've learned this one, but it's so difficult to practice this one.
Yes.
Yes, particularly if you have a new employer. I think some of our OFWs can relate to this one as well. Because if you have a new employer, you have a new boss, sometimes your boss would want to challenge you, but up to what extent can you say no or say yes? Right? Again, it's a case-to-case basis, mga kababayan, but at least if you know how to put yourself in that situation and how to say no if hindi rin po kaya. Okay? Kasi otherwise tayo rin po ang mabibigatan. Kasi magiging stressor din yan sa atin. Okay? Learn to avoid procrastination. I think some of us as well, some of our viewers are keep on procrastinating. Yung mga pinagpapabukas. Okay? Instead of doing your task today, you keep on saying, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll just do it next week. I'll just do it next month. In the end, you will realize na nandyan na pala lahat sa harapan mo yung mga task na submission na pala hindi mo pa nagawa. Okay? So this one, again, another tip for the viewers on how to manage stress. Kung pwede pong i-prioritize natin yung mga trabaho natin, gawin natin po kaagad. Instead po, ipagpabukas or next time na lang. Kung pwedeng gawin ngayon, may time tayo ngayon, gawin na natin para po hindi magtambakan yung trabaho natin. Okay. So aside from procrastination, meron din, ayan. So some of you, hindi lamang po yoga, maraming klase yan. So you may have some Zumba, Okay? You may have dancing lesson. Okay? Kung kaya naman na mag-yoga, because this one can be used to reduce stress. It may also help you to lower the stress hormone level and also your blood pressure. So kung may mga group kayo dito na mga kababayan natin na sama-sama kayo, you could practice, you could do yoga every day off po ninyo. So ayan, sa mga ethnic minorities, you can group yourself or join some uh, organizations here in Hong Kong that they do free yoga. Sometimes I would see in different areas, right, Cass? They offer not just yoga, even Tai Chi. Am I right?
Yeah, yes, a
Mm,
mindfulness session. Actually, our
mm,
project will be also organizing free mindfulness space and also Tai Chi sessions for ethnically diverse populations in Hong Kong. So stay tuned with us and check us out later on the website because we'll also be offering this kind of activities for you to come as a group and to learn to as a group session how to work together on managing the stress and reducing the
mm.
stress level.
Well, that would be great, Cass, because some of our viewers now, some of our ethnic minorities in Hong Kong, they would definitely be interested in
Ah,
joining
that's
this
good.
program. Like, for example, the mindfulness or yoga, that if they off, for example, either Saturday or Sunday, they could join these
Yes.
activities and they love this one for sure. And we can help them in terms of mindfulness,
Yes,
in terms of this coping mechanism, in terms of stress. Okay, so
definitely.
which leads me to the practice of mindfulness. Okay, so this one is meditation, which can improve the stress level as well and improve the mood. Okay, so ayan mga kababayan, may mga pwede na kayong salihan na mga activities dito sa Hong Kong. Ayan. So I'm trying to inform our viewers that later on they need to stay tuned because we may offer yoga or this mindfulness for them to reduce their stress level. Okay, did you know that in terms of research, mga kababayan, human touch has a calming effect? Okay, yung cuddle, yan, yung mga ka-close ninyo. Sometimes, by mere fact of positive touch, cuddling, hugging, etc., nakakababa yan ng stress din. Dahil nagre-release ng oxytocin ang katawan para po bumaba ang blood pressure at makatulong para ma-cope natin yung stress. Or sometimes, di ba, pag meron tayong nararamdaman or nakaka-experience tayo ng matinding problema, sometimes our friends or our parents would touch us, would hug us, at sometimes nawawala doon yung stress natin. Gumiginhawa yung pakiramdam natin. Okay? And some of our viewers, again, this is common in Hong Kong, spend time in nature. Okay? Because studies show that spending time in green spaces, remember, green spaces such as yung mga parks, mga forests, and if you immerse yourself dyan sa mga lugar na yan, this is one way of managing yung pong stress. Hindi lang stress, healthy way po. Yan, at least we are deep breathing, ayan, sa forest, fresh air. At nakakatulong din po yan para bumaba yung stress level natin sa katawan. Okay? So ayan, yung deep breathing na yan, para inhale, exhale tayo abang nasa paligid tayo. Kung mahilig mag-hiking sa inyo or yung pumupunta sa mga park, okay? So you may do this kind of things para po bumaba at manage natin yung mga pinagdadaan nating stress sa buhay. Okay? And again, common in Hong Kong because when I check these things, what are the common things that people would do in Hong Kong to minimize the level of stress? Spending time with your pet. Like, for example, if you have dogs, sometimes I would see some of our ethnic minorities, they would go out with their pets, not just dogs, sometimes with cats, etc. Because having a pet may help reduce the stress. It would improve your mood as well. And sometimes by touching, okay, these animals, again, it would have these different feelings in terms of managing your stress. Remember, guys, okay, to sum it up, all these things, stress is part of our daily activities, okay? Because we are too busy with work, even if whatever work that we are into, basta po meron tayong ginagawa sa isang araw, ay parte na po ng buhay natin ang stress. Minsan, different forms of stress po yan. Okay, kasabi, binanggit natin kanina, may acute, may subacute, at may chronic ones. Okay, yung iba, very unhealthy ang nangyayari sa stress sa kanila dahil naapektuhan po yung physical, naapektuhan din po yung mental well-being hanggang hindi na tayo makatulog, hanggang marami na po tayong nararamdaman sa sarili natin. There are so many ways to manage stress. At meron po mga treatment din siya, lalo na po kung nakaka-experience anxiety, depression, you isolate yourself, and may be connected dyan po sa iba't ibang nangyayari sa ating katawan. If you experience this, mga kababayan, please do seek medical advice because that's important. Okay, lalo na kung nandito po kayo sa Hong Kong, kung nakakaramdam po kayo ng mga simptomas na binanggit ko po kanina, kasi level by level yan. After stress, kung hindi po natin gagamutin yon, baka po magkaroon na ng anxiety, magkakaroon po ng panic, magkakaroon ng depression, and so on. So, kung meron po kayong kakilala, if you have some friends who are experiencing stress, pwede niyo pong kausapin, and then pwede natin pong sabihin na baka po kailangan ng medical advice dyan. Okay? Para po makatulong tayo sa ating mga kababayan. Okay? So, sana po meron kayong natutunan sa ating discussion for today. And do you have questions? Ayan, sa mga kababayan po natin, baka po may mga questions kayo. We can entertain some questions for this Q&A. Tignan natin. Some of the kababayan natin kanina, nasagot na natin yung mga questions natin. Okay? So, tignan natin yung iba. Like, for example, si Mr. Sebastian. Di ba kapag anxiety ka, stress ka, kapag kasi nararamdaman ka dito, sasabihin, inisip lang, tama po ba? Iniisip ko lang, okay, tama po, tama yon. Kasi po pag nasa stress tayo, sometimes po yung level of stress natin tumataas ng tumataas. Hanggang po kasi hindi natin nare-resolve yung stress natin, patuloy na iisipin natin yan. At eventually, maari po magdulot yan ng another level of stress. Baka po, yan na, nagkakaroon na tayo ng panic attack, nagkakaroon na tayo ng anxiety, and so on and so forth. So, dapat po, kung maayos natin, kagaya po ng binanggit natin kanina, yung mga coping strategies, so, pwede po natin i-follow. Kung hindi na po na kayang kahit po ginagawa natin yon, yung mga coping strategies kanina, kung meron pa rin po kayong nararamdaman, patuloy pa rin yan, so kailangan na po ng mga interventions ng mga doctors para po examine kayong mabuti, matignan po kayong mabuti, at baka po may bigyan po kayo ng gamot para dyan. Okay? Another question. So this one, Cass, from Miss Flory Manuel. May gamot ba pwedeng i-take pag stress ka, Doc? Meron pong mga gamot dyan na pwede sa stress, pero before taking that medications, usually po kasi kailangan muna natin yung mga coping mechanism, coping strategies, or stress. Kasi po kung tumitindi, doon pa lang tayo maggagamot. Okay? So meron pong mga gamot yan, yung pong mga pampakalma, na medication. Kasi po kahit uminom kayo ng gamot, kung nandyan pa rin yung stressor, parang wala din. Kasi paulit-ulit nyo po siyang mararamdaman. Pag nawalan ng bisa yung gamot, nandyan yung stressor, babalik po ulit. Okay? So it again boils down kung ano po yung symptoms na nararamdaman nyo sa stress, maging symptomatic ang treatment natin. Okay? So another question we have, ngayon ko lang nalaman bakit ako na-stress. So our viewer mentioned that now she realized the cause of stress in her life. Okay, which is good. Ito naman po yung purpose natin sa ating discussion for today, for you be able to identify kung kayo po ay nasa-stress, ano po yung mga simptomas, ano po yung nagbibigay stress sa inyo. Tandaan nyo po kung iiwasan natin yung stress or i-adapt natin yung situation na yon, okay? At maari pong yun ang isang strategy rin kung paano nyo po maa-address yung stress na pinagdadaanan ninyo. So, we have so many viewers. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, sa mga viewers natin na nag-join for today. I hope wala po akong na-miss na mga questions sa inyo. This one, si Miss Evelyn. Tama ka, Doc. Grabe, because of work and because of her employer, so she experienced stress because of her work. She didn't mention where she's working and the employer. kailangan, because she needs to work because of her family. So perhaps Miss Evelyn is working abroad and in Kuwait, by the way, in Kuwait, and then she experienced distress. Remember po, Miss Evelyn, yan po yung mga coping mechanism po. Tandaan po natin, kung ang problema po, ang nagbibigay stress sa atin yung trabaho, try to adapt with the situation. Bakit kaya nagagalit ang employer ko sa akin, ginagawa ko naman ang aking trabaho? Ngayon, ginagawa niyo na po ang trabaho ninyo, pero ganun pa rin ang ginagawa ng employer ninyo. Maaring isa pong way dyan is, as kung hindi niyo po ma-adapt yung situation, maaring yung iba po kasing advice dyan is maghanap ng ibang employer. Kung pwede po yun, at least mawawala na po yung stressor sa inyo na nagbibigay ng stress kasalukuyan. Kaso, isipin nyo rin po, ano po kaya ang assurance ninyo na ang susunod yung employer na mabait. Sometimes kasi, yung ginagawa natin trabaho, maari pong hindi 100% ang ginagawa natin kaya nagagalit. Sometimes kasi kailangan po natin alamin kung ano pong mga pinapasukan nating trabaho. Because there are times, for example, ako po, kung papagawa niyo po yung trabaho sa akin na hindi ko linya, for example, magtrabaho sa isang kumpanya na example, police, binigay sa hindi ko po linya yon. So, tendency, kailangan kong pag-aralan yon para po mag-enjoy ako doon sa trabahong yon. Kung ako po ay magiging police someday, dapat po pag-aralan ko ng ilang taon yon. Hindi po yung bibigay yung trabaho sa akin right now at hindi ko po alam anong gagawin ko. Siyempre po, masistress ako. So, ganun din po sa mga kababayan natin. So, kaya nga po, minsan, may mga trainings tayong ginagawa. Dahil po dyan sa mga trainings na yan, malalaman natin, ito ba ang trabahong gusto ko? Or gusto ko po ba ito dahil mataas ang sweldo nito? Or minsan, kailangan kong accept kasi wala naman akong ibang alam na trabaho. So dapat po, i-ready niyo po ang sarili niyo kung ano man pong situation ang papasukin ninyo. Okay? Para po at least, kung magtrabaho man po kayo, whatever it is, ay kung may passion kayo sa trabaho at love niyo yung ginagawa niyo, wala na pong ano yan, mabilis po yan. At syempre, yung tamang kapwa-tao, importante rin po yan. Kasi po minsan, hindi natin nakakasundo yung mga boss natin, yung mga employers natin, or some people would easily say something not so good to us. Hindi naman po tayo kakilalang lubusan. Kakilala lang po tayo minsan sa panlabas lang. Hindi naman tayo nakakasamang kumakain yan, hindi naman natin nakasamang natulog yan, hindi naman natin nakasamang everyday yan. Pero parang pag nagsalita sila, alam na alam po tayo, kilalang kilala. At does it matter? Okay? Nagmamatter po ba yon? Hindi naman sila nagpapakain sa inyo kung doon sa mga tao yun nasa stress kayo. Ang importante, ano po ang goal ninyo? Ano ang focus ninyo? Okay? Kung nasa Hong Kong kayo, ang focus po ba ninyo? Yung work ninyo para mabigyan ng magandang bukas yung mga pamilya nyo sa Pilipinas. So isipan niyo po, ano ang goal ninyo? Bakit kayo nandito? Bakit kayo napupunta sa stress na yan? Okay? So tandaan, lahat tayo, iba't ibang level of stress ang pinagdadaanan natin. Okay? So Cass, do you want to add more? There's one more here. There's another here. Paano daw kung hindi kayang i-adapt ang situation dahil sa stress? That's one thing I mentioned. Kung meron po ba kayong ibang options? Okay? What are the other options? Isulat niyo po ang mga options na yan. Kasi minsan, gumagawa tayo ng mga options natin na mabilisan. Yung pag-iisip natin, gawin ko kaagad to without any thinking kung ano po ang magiging consequence niyan. Like for example, bigla kang nag-resign sa trabaho mo. Ang dami mo pang utang sa Pilipinas. Hindi mo pa nababayaran. So, ang magiging additional stress na naman yan. Okay? So, isipin niyo po, ano ang mga consequences at ano ang benefits ng gagawin ninyong action. Maaring sa ibang situation, they could easily adapt. Like for example, sa situation ko, binigyan ako ng trabaho na alam ko siyang gawin, pero hindi ako gano'ng nag-enjoy. Pero sabi ko, ito na yung magiging career ko. Ito na yung gusto kong gawin. Kailangan kong paghandaan. Kailangan ko pong idireksyon yung aking sarili para po maging dalubhasa doon sa part na yon. Kung ang binigay ng trabaho po sa akin is ito na at mahirap makakuha ng trabahong ito, binigyan ako ng pagkakataon na gawin ito, nagtitiwala ang aking employer dito sa trabahong ito, sinuportahan ako dito, challenge ako, gawin ko muna, i-try ko muna. Hindi ako kaagad susuko. Ngayon, after isang taon, nagustuhan ang performance ko at nagustuhan ko na rin ang trabaho ito. Because sometimes, natututunan mo ring mahalin yung trabaho mo even if in the beginning you don't like it, even in the beginning you dislike it, and later on. Kasi meron pong ganong story. Meron namang isang story, nag-uumpisa ka pa lang, ayaw mo na, hindi mo man tinry. Okay? Pero kung everyday, hindi po unhealthy, okay, at patuloy po yung stress na nararamdaman nyo sa mga kasama ninyo, at nagkakasakit na kayo, maaring hindi po yun sa inyo, at maaring kailangan nyo po maghanap ng bago. So, kung maghahanap po kayo ng bago, i-ready nyo po ang sarili ninyo. Okay? That you need to do something na hindi mo ginawa in the past. Baka naman po kasi ang mali minsan sa atin. Okay, namimili tayo ng sobrang gandang trabaho. In the end, sa kakapili natin, mag-ibang direction din tayo. Okay? So with that, Cass, I hope our viewers have learned for our discussion. Salamat po sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin. Again, would you want to invite them for this part?
Yes, so thank you very much, Dr. Mike, for sharing with us what are the types, symptoms, and what's the most importantly, what are the healthy coping mechanisms that we could deal with stress, because every day all of us face different types of stress every day. So I hope all the viewers could learn from Dr. Mike today on the topic of stress and especially on coping mechanisms. So again, thank you very much for joining the session today. And on behalf of the My Matters team from the HKUST, again, I would like to share with you our team do organize not only this kind of workshops, but later on we will be having some free mindfulness-based activities, meditation-based activities, and also Tai Chi sessions for you to join in Hong Kong with us. And in addition to this, if you are interested in learning more about how to take care of your own mental well-being, and also what are the sources of tips to take care of your mental health, do check us out on our website, YouTube, or also LinkedIn, because we will be also sharing our upcoming activities and also for some pre-recorded mental health videos and also some booklet that is available in different language such as English, Urdu, Tagalog, Nepali, and Hindi. We will be posting on our website, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And do WhatsApp us if you have any questions or email us anytime if you're interested in learning more about our projects. So thank you very much, Dr. Mike, today again for this very meaningful talk. And I myself learned a lot from you as well from today's talk. And do check us out if you're interested in learning more about how to take care of yourself, how to empower yourself, and how to have a better mental well-being. Thank you.
So again, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin. This is Dr. Mike and I hope to see you again sa susunod na mga live episode natin regarding mental health. And again, thank you so much, HKUST. Thank you, Cass, for inviting me for this one. And for sure, we'll see them again after a few months. Okay? So
Yes.
once again po, maraming salamat po at magkita-kita tayo muli. This is Dr. Mike. Stay healthy, stay happy, and be nice to all. Have a great day, everyone. Bye!